Hey everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, March 20th. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly trade ideas video where we bring you some of the names on our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their move. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily, curating ideas from their stock lists. Check them out with a link in the description of this video. Now, as a reminder, these setups today, we got 5 names we're looking at least one on the short side, but a couple of these could be on the short side. Remember, these are taken in a vacuum. We're not looking at market context here. That's for you to decide. You can watch yesterday's video on how we sort of summed up the market environment as a whole and figure out how some of these ideas or setups or technical formations can fit into that overall framework. So remember, do your homework on that. FOMC minutes are going to be released 10-15 minutes from when I'm talking, so you might see some of these charts start moving around. That could affect things come the end of the day. So again, just as always, do your due diligence on these names and make sure they fit what you're looking for. So the first name is AWI. This comes from IBD's list. This is in the building materials, basic materials sector. And this is a name that has recently launched to new highs over the course of this year, has really ripped about 40%, just under 40% from the lows in January to breaking to new all-time highs just last week or 2 weeks ago. And you can see the good volume that's come in here. It was basically a straight line move. And what I'm looking for now is this consolidation that we're seeing take place, just really kind of develop another week or two. That would be the ideal situation for me, is to see this stock just kind of base out under $75, move sideways, digest the gains from the first couple of months, and then make a move over 75. That to me is interesting, but so far it is digesting the move. It's taking place above some of the recent all-time highs made in 2018. So AWI, it's a name I'm watching, not ready yet for me, but something I will pay attention to. Next up is KL. Kind of a similar situation here. So Kirkland Lake Gold has just ripped away from everything else from the stratosphere, so to speak, over the past few months. This is a gold play that really just hasn't looked back. I mean, this is what we got for consolidation. It was basically just a slower grind higher. There has been absolutely no pullback in price and really no sideways consolidation through time. It has just continued to move up, and break to new highs. So the chart is quite vertical here, and this is the first digestion that we're seeing. So right now it's still fairly contained. It's very contained. It's 12% off of highs, but you got to take that in context to the fact that it's rallied 100% in 4 months. So a 10% pullback after a 100% 4-month gain, again, you got to just keep things relative here. This could easily pull back 20, 30, 40% and still be in a very healthy long uptrend. So KL, I'm paying attention to it. It's coming back to some recent lows, $32 and change. That seems to be where some upper level support is coming in. Strong names like this, you know, you generally don't get, if that trend is continuing, you don't get those deep pullbacks to let everybody back in. So KL, if you've had it on your watch list, let's start paying attention to it. It's pulled back, moved sideways for the past few weeks, and we'll see what comes of it. So again, that's an IBD name. The next 3 come from my watch list. The first is WIX. This one here, really just highlighting it today based on 2 days move. I think that is the interesting part. We're up 7% so far intraday. The market hasn't closed yet, and we're pushing into this gap here back from the 20th of February. So over this $115 into this old gap here, it would fill back up north of about 120, 125. And again, you see just a nice longer term uptrend that's been in play, had a nice move from December all the way up to new highs of 126, pulled back, and now it's starting to launch back higher. So this is the weekly view of it. You can see here a couple of weeks pulling back, and now we're starting to get going again on the upside. MACD firmly in positive territory. So I'll leave it at that. I think getting back into this gap and some momentum here, pretty self-explanatory for WIX. Next up is APPN. I think I talked about this one way back in the day, but not recently. And what I like about this one is just this very, very tight consolidation here. Take a look at this recent action. This is a tech play. This is something that's generally speaking a little bit of a higher beta name, lower market capitalization stock. So this thing can really get going when it starts to trend. But take a look at what's gone on here over the past 2 weeks. Just a ton and ton of compression here through price and time. Volatility getting sucked out of this, getting a nice squeeze going here, and this will, or certainly looking for that breakout move, and this could go either way. You know, similar to WIX, this does have a sort of a bearish gap that never got filled back here on the 22nd as well. So if we do start to launch higher here, looking for that gap fill, retest the highs, that'd be a good, you know, good first sort of target or reference point. But this could go either way here, and it's something worth paying attention to given the fact that it's getting really tight, lots of inside days. So APPN, keep it on your list. Last but not least is MIME. This one here, another software play, tech space, smaller cap name, very tight as well. So very similar to APPN. Just take a look at this recent trading here over the past 7 or so trading days. You can see it's just really compressed here with ranges, volatility drying up, and just lots of overlap here. And take a look at the gap here, the bullish gap back from the 12th of February. This here, if this starts to break down here, I would expect some type of gap fill. I typically am looking at this, you know, this is on my sort of leadership list. So I was looking at this for long ideas, but the way this is looking right now, it's looking like a very tight kind of bear flag that could break down and fill this gap. So that's what I'd look at for first pass here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be looking to press my luck in this name. I do like this structure here overall for an upside play, but certainly in the near term it's looking pretty dicey here unless it can really start to rip above $46, $47, and then maybe we can hold this gap and start to rally again. So that's what I got for this week. It's 5 names. Again, do your homework, do your due diligence, but hopefully these things are helpful for you, fit what you're looking for. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and listening, watching. Every Wednesday we do market trade idea videos just like this. So have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next video update.